volunteers, unless you're in Losi NASCAR. Any volunteer would be nice. You're in NASCAR? Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, Jimmy just broke.
1 minute to the start of the race.
All right, guys. All right. Here we are. It's going to be Wednesday night racing right here. We're all ready. Looks like we got them all. Actually, we don't have any of them checked in. Terry, check. Can you check?
45 seconds to the start of the race.
Nope. Looks like we lost our timing bridge.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
Yeah, unplug it from the wall.
"15 seconds to the start of the race.
No, it's malfunctioning. Check the plug at the right there. Check both ends. Unplug it and plug it back in. It's not mine. I got it now, yep. Perfect. What was it?
Chris Shaw.
All right.
Terry Callow.
All right, we got them all checked in. Thank you very much, Colin. All right, drivers. Bridge is hot, drivers. Bridge
Terry Callow.
is hot. Keep smooth, keep
Chris
it
Shaw.
clean. Your
Jimmy
time will start
Tutosa.
as you come across the line. All right, out early. We got Chris right there with that high vis with the black. Terry with the maroon and black, working their way around right there. Oh, Marshall in the middle, please. Marshall in the middle. Thank you very much. All right, drivers. Chris, Terry, Jimmy already out right there. Hey, Jimmy, I got a couple of Euro trucks over here, fresh, ready to go. All right, Chris, Terry. Chris right there, 11-3 hot lap, working lap number 4. All right, Chris keeping it smooth and clean.
4
Terry in
minutes
that
left.
2 spot, 25-5 flat coming from Chris Shaw. Terry in that number 2 spot, working a 25 flat. Your race leader right there, Chris, with that high vis with the black. All right, Chris, Terry, and Jimmy. That's your running order. All right, looks like we got some special guests over there. You guys dreaming of some grip racing? Come on, you know you want
2
to.
minutes left.
All right, Chris out front, Terry in the 2, Jimmy in that 3 spot. You can join back in. All right, Chris, Terry, and Jimmy. Jimmy getting it all fixed back up. All right, Chris, Terry, and Jimmy. That's your running order. Chris right there working his way up around Godzilla. Out onto the back straightaway right there is your race leader. Terry around Godzilla in that number 2 spot. Jimmy getting around right there. First lap coming by.
2 minutes left.
All right, drivers, you heard the lady. 3 down, 2 to go. Drivers, 3 down, 2 to go. Your race leader, Chris Shaw, right there coming around. Here comes Jimmy. Jimmy's car looking pretty good right there. Oh, Chris getting tangled up with Terry. All right, Chris, Terry, and Jimmy, that's your running order. You know what that means, right, Jimmy? That means you're cheating. Sure don't sound like no Euro truck. All right, Chris still out front, 26,504. Terry, 22,513. Jimmy joining the party late right there with that hot lap, though, 10.5. Jimmy's been putting in the time right there. He's looking really good. Oh, whoa. Looks like looks like Jimmy didn't put the battery in. Make some battery clips there, Jimmy.
30 seconds left.
All right, 25 seconds left, Colin. 25 seconds left. Oh, Marshall. All right, drivers, 15 seconds left. Keep it smooth, keep it clean. Left. Keep going till your name is called done. Everyone is still alive, even after the tone. All right, drivers. All right, time has expired, drivers. Keep going, drivers. Everyone's still on the clock. Keep going. Chris right there coming across the line. Chris is done. Terry across the line. Keep going, Terry. Keep going. Terry making it by for one more lap. All right, Terry now across the line. That is your race, drivers.
All drivers
Chris taking that one, 26,502.
The race is completed. Up next, race number 2. Lizzie NASCAR.
Yeah.
Heat 1 of 2. Race order is Julio Abro, Luke Mendoza, Racer X, Luke Mendoza. Two minutes to the start of the race. Racer X.
All right, drivers, marshals from the last race, please. Euro truck drivers, Terry. Chris and Jimmy. Marshals, please. All right, Julio, Luke, and Tony. Yep. Hey, TJ, that's pretty good, by the way. That's pretty good. All right, Julio. Wait on Julio to check.
1 minute to the start of the race.
Oh, Julio driving the that number 22 car right there. All right, these are your Losi NASCARs. Hey, Jimmy, can I get you to lift the pole back onto the carpet? Thank you very
45
much.
seconds to the start of the race.
All right, Julio.
Julio
New
Abro.
transponder, looks like. All right, you guys ready? All right, drivers, bridge is hot. Drivers, bridge is hot. Keep it smooth, keep it clean. This is heat 1 of 2. Losi NASCARs. All right, I think Luke's got some newfound front grip right there. Come on, Luke, keep it in the middle. 10 push-ups for every rail. That's 10. That's 20. All right. Tonio, Julio, and Luke. Hot laps right there. Tonio at a 9.6. Julio 10.5. Luke with a 10.9.
Four minutes left.
All right, drivers, your race leader right there, Tony. That all yellow RCHQ entry right there, working his way around. Yellow with the black wing. All right, Tony, Julio, and Luke. Oh, Tony, come together with Julio. Come on, Luke, keep it clean. Oh, Julio takes Luke out. Come on, Luke, look ahead, Luke, look ahead. Keep it smooth, keep it clean. Luke right there, sitting in that number 3 spot, just 8 seconds out from your race leader, though. All right, Tony, Julio, and Luke, that's your running order. Luke up around Godzilla, right on the backside of Julio. Oh, that's 40. Oh, Luke rolls it right there, coming into, I think that was the Hulk right there.
Left.
All right, Tony, 9.4. Julio, 10.2. Luke, 10.3. All right, Tony, this is the brushless class, right? Tony with that 9.4 right there. Tony skipped out on us yesterday. He said he needed to stay home and rest up for four-wheel drive racing. All right, Tony out front, Julio in the 2, Luke in the 3. And there's no glue on the sidewall? So
2 minutes left.
that's part of it, right? You glue the sidewall, but then you give the tire maximum grip. Keep it smooth, Luke. Keep it smooth. Just like me, smooth. All right, Tony, Julio, and Luke. Oh, the ESC, yeah. But you don't have any timing or anything in it. Oh. It's drifting, man. Just max it out. Yep. Just wide open. You don't even need the progressive trigger. Just either on or off. Just put it on the thumb switch. All right, Tony, Julio, and Luke. That's your running order. I'm just kidding, by the way.
1 minute left.
I'm just kidding. All right, Tony, hot lap 9.4. 9.4, hot lap right there. Julio with a 9.8. Luke with a 10.2. Did you sauce the front? Half? Maybe next time don't sauce the front. If you don't want to glue it, don't sauce the front and just sauce the rear. All right, Tony, Julio, and Luke. Oh, well, it looks good.
15 seconds left.
Maybe go a third rather than half. All right, drivers with less than 10 on the clock. Drivers, keep it smooth, keep it clean. Tony, 29.501. Julio, 28.508. Luke, 25.503. All right, drivers, your race leader, Tony, is done. Everyone else, keep going, drivers. Keep going.
Luke Mendoza done.
Luke is done. And Julio is done. That is your
All
race,
drivers
drivers.
finished.
Tony
Julio
taking out
Alba
one,
done.
29,
The race is
506,
completed.
5 flat. All right, heat 2 of 2. You guys are up next. It's going to be Colin, Jimmy, and Chris.
Up next, race number 3. Lizzie NASCAR. Heat 2 of 2. Race order is Colin Twinkle Toes Gonzalez, Chris Shaw, Jimmy Two Toe Smith. Two minutes to the start of the race.
Hey, Luke. 60 push-ups. But he's going to do 60 push-ups, though. All right, Colin, Chris, and Jimmy. You guys are up. I need my marshals from the last race, Julio and Luke.
Chris Shaw.
Did you put new tires on that thing yet? Yeah. It still has that ballooned out.
One minute to the start of the race.
Is it ready?
Jimmy Two Toe
Has it
Smith.
been sauced?
45 seconds to
Sauced
start
and
of the
clean?
race.
Cleaned and sauced? All right, Colin.
Colin Twinkle Toes Gonzalez. 30 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, guys, don't kill it. We got one more joining in.
"15 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, guys, hold on, hold on. I got one more car coming. One more late entry. Don't kill it, don't kill it. All right, drivers, all right. We got one more coming in. What is the name? Okay. Go ahead and run it under the bridge real quick.
Eric McBurnett.
All right, drivers, all right. Keep them rolling, drivers, keep them rolling. All right, Eric. Secret to these things is to not let out of the throttle all the way. Don't let out of the throttle all the way. I didn't say don't let out of the throttle. I said don't let out of the throttle all the way. Let me give Eric a couple laps right there. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Just whoop on the white car, right? All right, drivers. All right, bridge is hot. Drivers, bridge is hot. We got 4 drivers in this one: Colin, Chris, Jimmy, and Eric. All right, time to beat. It's going to be Tony's 29.5 flat. Chris out of the gate 35.09. Uh-oh. Chris right there with that green and black. High vis with the black right there, working his way around. A little bit pushy right there. Colin up to that 2 spot. Up to 1 spot now. 29.502. Chris 29.504. Looks like Eric's got some steering. All right, then we got a Colin though with that hot lap 10 flat. Eric with a 10.5. Jimmy with a 10.2. Chris with a 10.3. All right, Chris out front, 29.507. Jimmy now out front, 29.507. Colin, 27.502. Chris in that 3 spot, 27.501. Eric, 24.5 flat. All right, Eric, that's your race leader. All right. Oh, sorry, that was your 3, actually. Jimmy's your race leader. Jimmy driving that yellow with the red in that 1 spot. Oh, Jimmy getting out of shape. Oh, Jimmy stuffs it right there. All right, Jimmy out front, Colin in the 2, Chris in the 3, Eric in the 4. Your race leader, 29.501, hot lap 9.6. Chris 9.9, Colin 9.8, Eric with a 10.5. Eric's the only one I know that's not cheating because he's driving the house car right there. That thing is all stock. All right, Colin, Jimmy, and Chris right there all dicing it up for that 2, 3, 4 spot overall. Colin 29.509, Chris 29.510, Jimmy 29.510. With a 5 right there. Jimmy with that hot lap 9.6. Up next, going to be 4-wheel drive M-Class. M-Class up next. All right. Jake wants to be known as Triple Crown Pimp Master Twinkle Toes. Left. Jake. He's actually been outperforming you there on the marshalling. I'm just saying. All right, Colin, Chris, Jimmy, and Eric. That's your running order. Colin, 29.505. Chris, 29.507. Jimmy, 28.5 flat. And Eric on a 26.508. Eric down to a 10.2 now with that house rental. Just learning how to drive that car. All right, Colin, Jimmy, Chris, and Eric.
1 minute left.
All right, your race leader right there coming up around Godzilla. Colin, 29.503, about 3 seconds out of TQ pace right there.
45 seconds left.
45 seconds left. Still 3.5 seconds out. Jimmy with a 9.58.
30 seconds
Chris
left.
with a 9.85. Colin with a 9.83. Eric with a 10.1 now.
$15 seconds left.
Oh, Colin messing it up right there. All right, drivers, time has expired. Drivers, keep going. Your name is called. Done. Everyone is still alive. Keep going, drivers. Keep going.
Colin Twinkle Toes Gonzalez
Colin's done.
Chris Shaw done.
Chris is
Eric
done.
McBurnett done.
Eric is done. Just waiting on Jimmy is done. That is your
All
race,
drivers are
drivers.
finished.
Colin
Jimmy
taking
Two
out
Toes done.
29.502
The race
with a
is
5. Coming up next, four-wheel drive M-Class. You guys are up next.
Up next, race number 4. 4WDM class. Heat 1 of 1. Race order is Luke Mendoza, Jose Gomez, Triple Crown Pimp Master, Julio Abro, Terry Callow.
All right, I'm going to need Marshall. It's going to be Colin, Jimmy, Chris, and Eric. Out to Marshall, please.
Two minutes to the start of the race. Triple Crown Pimp Master.
All right, drivers, final
1 minute to
race
start the
in
race.
qualifying round number 1. It's going to be Luke, Jose, Jake, Julio, and Terry.
Terry Callow.
My Marshall is going to be Colin, Jimmy, Chris, and Eric. Marshalls, please.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
Oh, sorry. There's another race after this one.
30
Mojave
seconds to the start of
Grams.
the race.
Jake, did you bring your Grom?
$15 seconds to the start of the race.
What?
Luke Mendoza.
Terry, bad spot, Terry, bad spot. Bad spot.
Jose Gomez.
So same as what the other guy, NASCAR, yeah. All right, drivers, all right. You guys all ready? I got my marshals. Drivers ready. Bridge is hot, drivers. Bridge is hot. Keep it smooth, keep it clean. Luke, Jose, Jake, and Terry. Julio out of this one. All right, Jake, Luke, Jose, Terry, and Julio.
4 minutes left.
Oh, the mini trucks are the best. Everybody should be running the mini truck. All right. Oh, Terry puts it in a penalty box. Colin loses his phone right there. All right, Jake out front, 33.507. Hot lap 8.3. Jose with 8.5. Luke with a cheater lap for sure, 5.2. Terry with a 9.8. Just gonna have to pull that tape.
Yeah. I already stopped it. I already pushed it back down.
I have the wide
3
stuff.
minutes
that's it.
left.
You have the what?
The wide stuff.
That's okay.
It didn't stick. All right, drivers, caution. Oh, look ahead, drivers, look ahead. Psst. It's the same wide stuff. This is duct tape. It's new. Yeah. That's the last roll of it. Just make sure it goes down good. All right, Jose out front, 33.506. Jake, 33.507. 6:10 separating
minutes
first and
left.
second right there. Terry now number 3 spot. Luke up to the 3 now. Terry dropping to the 4. Uh-oh. What did he break? He broke the lower arm? Oh, man. All right, Jose, Jake, Luke, and Terry. All right, Jose, Jake, Luke, and Terry. Maybe put that on top of the other one.
One minute left.
All right, George, you heard the lady. 1 minute left. Jake out front. Jose in the 2, Luke in the 3, Terry in the 4, Julio out.
Forty-five seconds left.
All right, George, less than 45 seconds on the clock. George, 40 seconds left. Jake on a 33.503. Jose 33.505. Luke on a
30
28.508.
seconds left. $15 seconds left.
All right, drivers, time has expired. Drivers, keep going. Your name is called. Done.
Triple Crown Pimp Master done. Jose Gomez done.
All right, Jake's done. Jose's done. Luke, keep going. Luke, keep going. Just kick it back down. Luke is done. That is your race, drivers.
The race is completed.
You should have just put it on. You just put it on. You should have just put it all on that side. All right, Box Stock Mojaves, you guys are up next. Box Stock Mojaves, you're up next. What's up, Britt? Doing good, doing good. All right.
Up next, race number 5.
Eric, Jimmy,
Box Stock
and
Mojave.
James, you guys are up.
1 with 1. Race order is Eric McBurnett, Jimmy Two-Toe Smith, James McBurnett.
All right, Marshals, Jake, Jose, Luke, Terry, Julio. Marshals, please.
Two minutes to the start of the race.
Push the stack all the way up to the rail. Push the stack all the way up to the rail. There you go. You can put more if you want.
Eric McBurnett.
All right. All right, Eric, Jimmy, and James.
One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. Jimmy Two-Toe Smith, James McBurnett.
All right, drivers, all right. Bridge is hot, drivers. Bridge is hot. Keep smooth, keep it clean. Final round of qualifying, round number 1. Final race qualifying, round number 1. We got Jimmy, Eric, and James. Hey, TJ, don't forget about the car that's for sale for maximum dollar in the glass cabinet. Yeah, the GOM. Yeah. You might want to maybe take it out. Tony, you should buy that car, Tony. You should buy that car. It's like the best car on the planet.
Four minutes left.
Just make sure you keep an eye on it. Don't let that Brett guy take it. All right, Jimmy, Eric, and James. That's your running order. Jimmy out front, 23,508. James on a 25-12. Eric 3-4. 341-4. No, not on the motor. No, leave the motor as close to zero as possible. You do everything through electronic timing. So it's gonna be like this, right? Like very minimal at the beginning, and then like a
3
rocket
minutes
ship.
left.
All right, Jimmy, James, and Eric. That's your running order. We're gonna have approximately probably right around 7:10. All right, Jimmy, James, and Eric. Jimmy 23,510. James 19,511. Eric 14,507. Terry, we have the parts, I think. I think we have the parts. Huh? Not over there? The arms? Huh. Wow. Sold out? Yeah, lower. All right, Jimmy, James, Eric.
minutes
That's your
left.
running order. Jimmy 23,512. James 19,515. Eric 6,211. Oh, I think Eric's transponder must be in the wrong spot or something. It's too far back, I think. All right, Jimmy, 23,506. James in that 2 spot. Eric in the 3.
1 minute left.
All right, thank you very much, Jake. With 1 minute left, drivers, 50 seconds left. Jimmy out front. James in the 2, Eric in the 3. Eric with that small
45 seconds
transponder
left.
problem, but with that hot lap, though, 11.7. Jimmy with 11.8. James with a 13.2.
30 seconds left.
All right, drivers, less than 20 seconds on the clock. Drivers, keep it smooth, keep it clean. Keep going. Your name is called done.
15 seconds left.
Everyone is still live, even after the tone. All right, drivers, time has expired. Drivers, keep going. Drivers, keep going. Do not stop until your name is called done. Everyone is still live. Keep going.
Jimmy 2 Toastman done. All drivers are
All
finished.
right, all drivers
James
done.
and Bernard
Jimmy
done.
taking that one,
Eric and Bernard
23,511.
The race is
All right,
completed.
guys, it's 6:55. We're going to get started at 7:10. Driver 7:10, round number 2. Hey, did anybody tell Colin not to make anybody mad?
Up next, race number 1. Eurotruck Expert. Heat 1 of 1. Race order is Chris Shaw, Terry Callow.
All right,
Jimmy
drivers,
Tito
heats are
Smith.
posted. Drivers, heats are posted. We're going to get started at 7:10. Drivers, 7:10. A little less than 15 minutes.
"14 minutes to the start of the race. "13 minutes to the start of the race. "12 minutes to the start of the race. "11 minutes to the start of the race. "10 minutes to the start of the race. 9 minutes to the start of the race. Eight minutes to the start of the race. Seven minutes to the start of the race. Six minutes to the start of the race. Five minutes to the start of the race. 4 minutes to the start of the race. Three minutes to the start of the race. Two minutes to the start of the race. One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race. Rchq. Jimmy 2 Toe Smith.
All right, drivers, Euro Trucks, Chris, Terry, and Jimmy, you guys are up. All right, marshals, I'm going to need James, Eric, and a volunteer. Marshall, please. Hey, hey, Colin, be cool over there, right? don't be like over here. I don't have to. I don't want to have to field anything over there tonight. Huh? Already? All right, all right. Waiting on Terry. Terry checking in. Is he even able to get around the track yet? Yeah? Is he pretty good? Yeah? He's okay? Yeah? Yeah, you never know. Yeah?
Terry Callow.
Yep. All right, drivers. Bridge is hot. Drivers, bridge is hot. Keep it
Chris
smooth.
Shaw.
Keep it clean.
Terry Callow.
Euro
Jimmy 2 Toe
Trucks. Qualifying round 2. All right, drivers. We got Jimmy, Chris, and Terry. This is broken.
4 minutes left.
All right, Jimmy out front, Chris in the 2, Terry in the 3 spot. Your race leader right there, Jimmy. 27.502 pace. Caution, drivers, caution. All right, Jimmy, Chris, and Terry.
Three minutes left.
Jimmy, Chris, and Terry. Oh, Terry out. Yeah, man, just solder that direct to the motor. What are you talking about? But that motor's not legal. No, it's got to be this motor. Spec motor. Was that a Euro truck motor?
2 minutes left.
All right, Jimmy and Chris. That's your 1 and 2. Jimmy on a 27.510 pace. Yeah, this is going to be good. All right, drivers, Jimmy and Chris. That's your 1 and 2. Terry out.
One minute left.
All right, drivers, with less than a minute on the clock. Drivers, keep it smooth, keep it clean. Jimmy out front, Chris in the 2.
45 seconds left. Thirty seconds left. Fifteen seconds left.
All right, Jimmy, keep going. Everybody's still going.
Chris Shaw done.
Chris is done. Jimmy right there coming across the line. Jimmy is done. That is your race, drivers.
All drivers are finished.
Jimmy taking that one,
Jimmy
27, 506.
The race is completed.
Hey, Terry. I got the body set. I changed the bumper over. You got to charge your battery. Don't forget to charge your battery and
Up next, race
pretty
number
much
2.
it.
Losing NASCAR. Heat 1 of 2. Race order is Julio Abro, Luke Mendoza, Eric McBurnett.
All right, Julio, Luke, and Eric. You guys are up.
Luke Mendoza. Two minutes to the start of the race. One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. Julio Abro. 30 seconds to the start of the race. Eric McBurnett. 15 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, drivers, we got them all checked in. Marshals, please. Jimmy, Chris, and Terry. All right, drivers. Bridge is hot, drivers. Bridge is hot. Keep it smooth, keep it clean.
Jimmy and Chris both brought their 10th skill cars. We could have ran them. All-wheel drive. 30 bucks a pop, dude? That would have been good.
But so this is my.
Four minutes left.
All right, Eric out front, 28.507. Hot lap 10.3. Julio 10.3. Luke 10.4. All right, time to beat is going to be the 29.5 flat set in round one by Tony. Thank you. All right, drivers, your race leader. That's going to be Eric out front. Julio in the 2.
2 minutes left.
Luke in the 3 spot. All right, Eric with a 10.3. Julio with a 10.3.
1 minute left.
All right, drivers, you heard the lady. 4 down, 1 to go. 4 down, 1 to go.
Forty-five seconds left.
All right, Eric, Julio, and Luke.
30
That's the
seconds
running
left.
order.
Fifteen seconds left.
All right, drivers, as time is about to expire, drivers, keep going. Your name is called done. Everyone is still live, even after the tone.
Eric McBurnett done. Luke
All
Mendoza
right,
done.
Eric's done.
All
Luke
drivers
is
are
done.
finished.
Julio's done. That is your
Julio
race,
done.
drivers.
The race is
Julio,
completed.
Eric taking that one, 27.501.
Up next, race number 3. Losing NASCAR. Heat 2 of 2. Race order is Rchq, Colin Twinkle Toes Gonzalez, Jimmy Two Toe Smith, Chris Shaw. Colin Twinkle Toes Gonzalez. Two minutes to the start of the race. Rchq.
What? All right, waiting on Jimmy and Chris.
One minute to the start of the race. Chris Shaw. Forty-five seconds to the start of the race. Thirty seconds to the start of the race.
What's up, Myron? All right, waiting on Jimmy to check.
Jimmy Two Toe Smith.
All right, we got them all checked in.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Oh, man. Hell yeah, that's good. That's freaking good. That's good. That's good.
I'll try to keep it super light, so like on the hood a little bit.
Yeah.
Rear quarters.
Yep. Put the extension in. All right. I'm just getting ready. I'm working on a full-size motor setup for it now. All right, drivers. All right, you guys ready? I got 1, 2. Where's my third marshal? Eric, Julio. Eric?
Extra stickers and shit, so if you want to switch it, and then the wing for the other cars in your
Oh, perfect. I see it. Yep. Thank you very much. Melinda? All right, drivers. Bridges hot, Jarvis. Bridges hot. Keep it smooth, keep it clean. All right, drivers out front. We got Tony. Tony out front, laying the smackdown right there. Oh, we got Colin out to the point. Still Tony with that hot lap, 9.327.
Four minutes left.
All right, Tony, 9.32. Colin with a 9.34. Tony's still whooping it up on Colin. All right, Tony on a 32.507 pace. Colin on a 31. All right, Collins to the point now, 32.507. Tony dropping 31.5 flat now.
Three minutes left.
All right, Tony, Colin, Jimmy, and Chris. That's your running order. 32.508. Colin, 31.5 flat. All right, we got Colin, Tony, Jimmy, and
2
Chris.
minutes
That's
left.
your running order. All right, Tony, 32.507. Oh, we got a car upside down on the back straight. Caution, drivers, caution. Oh, that was going to be Chris upside down right there. We've got Colin in that one spot, 32.506. Tony, 32.507. Jimmy on a 28. And Chris on a 28.
One minute left. Forty-five seconds left.
All right, drivers, your race leader with
30
30
seconds
seconds
left.
left. Drivers, Colin, 32.506. Tony, 32.507. Looks like that little bit of rest did Tony some good right there.
15 seconds left.
All right, drivers, as time has expired, drivers, keep going. Your name is called.
Jimmy 2
Done.
Smith done.
Everyone is still alive. Jimmy is done.
Colin Twinkle Toes Gonzalez
Colin's done. Chris is
Chris Shaw
done.
done.
And Tony is
All
done.
drivers
That
are
is your
finished.
race, drivers.
Racer X done. The race is completed.
Colin taking that one, 32,505.
Up next, race number 4 WDM class. Heat 1 of 1. Race order is Triple Crown Pimp Master.
Cool.
Jose Gomez. Luke Mendoza. Terry Callo. Julio Abro. Two minutes to the start of the race.
You need to replace them. All right, Jake, Jose, Luke, Terry, and Julio. I need marshals from the last race,
Triple
please.
Crown Pimp
Marshals
Master.
from the last race, please. Chop, chop.
On the rubber. Feel like it's supposed to be round.
1 minute to the start of the race.
All right, we got Jose checked.
45 seconds to the
Waiting
start of
on
the
Luke,
race.
Terry, and Julio. Oh, shit, Terry, did you move the transponder? Hey, Colin, off of Terry's truck, can you pull the transponder bracket?
30 seconds to
The
the start of the
transponder
race.
and the wire? Terry, take it over to Colin. Transponder.
Fifteen seconds to the start of the race.
Is that my tires or your tires? You didn't change your tires?
Luke Mendoza. Jose Gomez.
All right, we're on a slight hold for Terry. Waiting on Colin. No, oh yeah. You changed your transponder again?
Julio Abro.
Julio's in, Julio's in.
Terry Callow.
Yep. All right, drivers. All right, you guys ready? All right, drivers. Bridge is hot. Drivers, bridge is hot. Keep it smooth. Keep it clean. All right, drivers, your race leader out early. It's going to be Jose out front, Julio in the 2, Jake in the 3, Terry in the 4, Luke in the 5.
Four minutes left.
All right, drivers, Jose out front, 32.504. Jake in that 2 spot, hot lap 13.8. Sorry, 8.3.
Three minutes left.
All right, drivers, you heard the lady. 3 minutes left. 2 down, 3 to go. Jose out front, Jake in the 2, Julio in the 3. All right, so we got Jose, Jake, and Julio dicing it up for that top 3 spots. All right,
2
drivers,
minutes left.
Jose, Jake, Julio, Luke, and Terry. That's your running order. All right, Jose, 32.5 flat. Jake, 32.504.
1 minute left.
All right, drivers, 4 down, 1 to go. Drivers, 4 down, 1 to go.
45
seconds left on the clock. Drivers, Jake out front, Julio in the 2, Luke in the 3.
30 seconds left.
Oh, yep. Jose in the 2. Jose in the 1. Jake in the 2, Julio in the
15
3.
seconds left.
All right, drivers, time has expired. Drivers, keep going. Your name is called. Done.
Jose Gomez done. Triple Crown Pimp Master done.
All right, Jake.
Julio Abro done.
Jose's done. Jake's
Luke
done.
Mendoza
Julio's
done.
done. Luke's done. Just waiting on Terry. Terry is done. That is your race, drivers.
All drivers are finished. Terry Callow done. The race is completed.
Mojave? I don't know. Probably 8 o'clock. Why? Yeah. Well, there's one more race. Yeah. 8 to 8:10.
Up next, race number
Yeah.
5. Box Stock Mojave. Heat 1 of 1. Race order is Jimmy Tuto Smith, James McBurnett, Eric McBurnett. Two minutes to the start of the race.
All right, Jimmy, James, and Eric, you guys are up.
Eric McBurnett. James McBurnett. One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race.
All right. Waiting on Jimmy to check.
Jimmy Tuto Smith. 30 seconds to the start of the race.
All right. All right, drivers, I got Marshall's. Bridge is hot. Drivers, bridge is hot. Keep it smooth, keep it clean. Oh, Marshall right here in the middle. All right, so we got Jimmy, James, and Eric. Melinda. Oh.
4 minutes left.
All right, James, Jimmy, and Eric. That's your running order. Final race of final qualifying here at RCHQ Wednesday night four-wheel drive. All right, Jimmy, Eric, and James. That's your running order. You need somebody, Aaron? Melinda. All right, Jimmy, Eric, and James. That's your running order. Your race leader, 23.511 with a 3, about a tenth of a second out of his own TQ pace right there.
3 minutes left.
Jimmy right there keeping it smooth and clean. All right, drivers with 250 left. Drivers 250 left. We got Jimmy out front. Jimmy right there, TQ pace now, 23.508. Coming from that pink and black truck right there, keeping it smooth and clean. Oh, Marshall in the middle. Caution, drivers, caution in the middle. Jimmy right there, grabbing a little bit of a rail. Got Eric now to the point. Eric, 23.505.
2 minutes left.
Eric stepping it up right there, that last little bit. Uh-oh, we got a truck upside down. It's going to be James upside down right there. All right, drivers with 140 left. Drivers less than 140 on the clock. Eric out front. Jimmy in that 2 spot. James in the 3. Hey, what do you need?
1 minute left.
All right, Eric, Jimmy, and James. That's your running order.
$45 seconds left.
All right, drivers, 45 seconds left. Your race leader, Jimmy, out front. Eric in
30
the 2.
seconds left.
James in the 3 spot. Thank you. Yeah. I think I'm looking for like an
15 seconds
18.
left.
I need it to be the size of the shank that's on there. That's the size of the pinion I need. Or maybe slightly larger than that. All right, Jimmy, Eric, and James. As time is about to expire, drivers. Oh, we got Jimmy up off the rail right there.
Jimmy Two-Toe Smith done.
All right, Jimmy's done. Just waiting on Eric. Eric is done. James
Eric
is
McBurnett
done.
All drivers
That
are
is your race
finished.
drivers. Eric taking
James
that one,
McBurnett done.
24.513. All right, drivers, we're going to get started with round 2 at 8:10. Drivers, 8:10, round number 2. Oh, sorry, mains. 8:10 mains. All right, Losi NASCARs. Losi NASCARs. All 7 drivers? It's either a B main or 7 drivers. 7.
Up next, race number 1. 4WDM
All right,
class.
drivers, 810
A
mains, 810 mains.
Race
We're going to
order
be
is
starting it off with, oh,
Triple Crown
sorry.
Pimp Master.
That is completely
Jose
wrong.
Gomez. Julio Abro. Luke Mendoza. Terry Callow. Up next, race number 1. Euro Truck Expert. A main. Race order is Jimmy Two Smith. Chris Shaw. Terry Callow.
Tony. With a little, with some light patina. Pretty cool. I'm gonna put that on my. That's gonna be my drift car. Yeah. All right, drivers, we're going to be starting off with Euro Truck, Jimmy, Chris, and Terry at 8:10. 10 minutes, drivers. What do you got, TJ? I'm over here. Oh, and it's 64 pitch.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. Where'd you get this?
It's one that I've had for a while in the box.
Shit. Oop.
Just pull it right up. I was taking the whole shaft.
Yep.
I'm gonna go and lock it.
Yeah.
The 16.
Actually, maybe that 14. You don't need that, do you? Does the 14 come off? Is it like a 1.3 or something? Must be a 1.3. Because it's definitely not a 1.5. All right, guys, less than 5 minutes, drivers, 5 minutes. Race number 1, it's going to be Rchq, Jimmy, Chris, and Terry. All right, drivers, 3 minutes, drivers, 3 minutes.
Chris Shaw. Jimmy 2 Toe Smith.
All right, drivers. Tracks closed, drivers. Tracks closed. Let's get them out. This is going to be Euro Trucks, Jimmy, Chris, and Terry. Marshall is going to be my my drivers from Losi NASCAR. Colin, Julio, Eric, and Luke. Marshals, please.
Two minutes to the start of the race. Terry Callow. One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the
You
race.
good, Jimmy?
"30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, I need marshals. Where's my marshals? Losi NASCAR, Luke, Eric, Julio. Luke, Eric, and Julio. Losi NASCAR, marshals, please. Where's Luke? Oh, he's out there already? Look at that. You the man. All right. All right, we got them all lined up on pole. It's going to be Jimmy Smith. In that number 2 spot, it's going to be Chris Shaw. In that number 3 spot, it's going to be Terry Callow. All right, drivers, all right. So we got them all set, everything ready to go. All right, drivers ready. Marshall's ready.
The race is starting in less than 5.
All right, Chris, out to a nice clean start right there. Your race leader puts it on his side. Chris takes over the number 1 spot. All right, so we got, looks like it's going to be Chris out front. Jimmy dropping to that 2 spot. Terry to 3. All right, so we got High Viz yellow and High Viz orange right there. You're 1 and 2. All right, Chris, Jimmy, and Terry, that's your running order. Chris holding it down right there. Oh, Jimmy takes over that number 1 spot. Something might have happened there. I think I missed it.
4 minutes left.
All right, so we got Jimmy out front. Chris in a 2. Oh, Chris in a 1 now. Sorry. Jimmy in a 2. Terry in a 3 spot. So Chris and Jimmy right there dicing it out. All right, you're 1 and 2 right there battling it up. That yellow and the orange.
Three minutes left.
All right, drivers, you heard the lady. 2 down, 3 to go. We got Chris, Jimmy, and Terry. All right, Chris, Jimmy, Terry, that's your running order. All right, Chris,
2 minutes left.
holding it down, 26.504, your race leader right there. Jimmy looking to make a move. Chris making a little mistake right there. Jimmy right there up on the backside. Jimmy looking for a clean pass. It's going to be that yellow and the orange right there. That's your 1 and 2. Oh, Chris makes a mistake right there. Gives it to Jimmy. Jimmy puts it on his side. Chris puts it on his side. With 1:30 left, drivers, 1:30 left. Your race leader, that's going to be Jimmy out front. Oh, Jimmy puts it on his side. Going into Godzilla. That's going to allow Chris to close that gap. All right, you're 1 and 2 right there, keeping it smooth and clean. Looks like Jimmy a little bit low on the traction right there of the rear. Oh, Jimmy puts it on his side once again. Julio there to save the day. We got Chris out front, Jimmy in the 2, Terry in the 3.
1 minute left.
All right, drivers, your race
45
leader
seconds
right
left.
there with 45 seconds left. Chris holding it down in that number 1 spot. Jimmy in the 2, Terry in the 3.
30 seconds left.
All right, drivers,
15
Chris,
seconds
Jimmy,
left.
and Terry. That's your running order. With 10 seconds left, drivers, keep it smooth, keep it clean. Your race leader right there coming up around that backside, working his way through the chicane. Going to make it by for one more lap. Looks like Jimmy's going to get caught at the
Jimmy
line.
Tito's
Jimmy's done. Chris waving to the crowd as he goes by. Coming across the line, Chris takes the
Shaw.
win. Jimmy in the 2, and Terry in that number 3
All drivers are
spot.
finished. Clear qualifying. The race is
Chris,
complete.
Jimmy, and Terry to the winners of the bleed.
Up next, race number 2. 4 WDM class. A main. Race order is Triple Crown Pimp Master. Jose Gomez. Julio Abro. Luke Mendoza. Terry Callow. Triple Crown
Hold
Pimp
on,
Master.
hold on. Trying to find the mouse.
2 minutes to the start of the race.
Okay. What is what? Yep. My new body. Huh? For when I stretch my carton to 235 or 225. It's actually for this. Dang it, Jake. I said, dang it, Jake. All right, up next. M class.
1 minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race.
Yeah, little.
"30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race.
Tony.
Julio Abro.
No. Motor. All right, Jake, Jose, Julio, Luke, and Terry.
Jose Gomez. Luke Mendoza. Terry Callow.
Huh? I don't know. All right, we got them all checked in.
Oh, you got it. Look at that big old bitch up there.
As big as the wheels.
Got a big old booty. She thick.
So I got the
3 C's, baby.
small pinion.
What'd you put? What pin did you put? 18?
16.
16. Damn. That's gonna have like super wheel spin then. It's gonna be like. Brady helped me get it all set up. It's doing great. that's good for me. He said that's a good place for me to start, and it has.
All right. Looks like we got them all ready. Everybody ready? No? Huh? No, I know, but you guys are all ready? All right, drivers. Tracks closed, drivers. Tracks closed. Let's get them all lined up on pole. It's going to be Jake Maloney. In that number 2 spot, it's going to be Jose Gomez. In that number 3 spot, it's going to be Julio. And in the number 4 spot, because the chicks dig 'em, Luke Mendoza. And in that number 5 spot, it's going to be Terry Callow. All right, drivers. I got 1, 2. I need another Marshall. Who was in that last race? Terry was in that last race. Hey, Colin, look it up. Oh. All right, drivers. Drivers ready. Marshall's ready.
The race is starting in less than 5.
All right, Jake out to a nice clean start right there. Your race leader coming up around Godzilla. Runs it a bit wide. It's got Jose right there in tow. So we got Jake, Jose, and Julio. You're 1, 2, and 3. Jose closing that gap. All right, caution drivers, that's your race leaders. All right, so we got Jake and Jose. Julio in that number 3 spot. And Luke in the 4. Terry in the 5. All right, so we got Jake, Jose, Julio, Luke, and Terry. All right, Jake, Jose, Julio, Luke, and Terry. That's your running order, Colin. Yeah. Look at the rust.
4 minutes left.
Look at the rust. The rust. Rust. The patina. All right, Jake, Jose, Julio, Luke, and Terry. All right, drivers. Jake holding it down, 33,503. Jake right there, up on the backside of Julio. Oh, Jake puts it in the rail. Julio gets back by.
Three minutes left.
Oh, Jake on his side right there. He's got Jose now right there on his back. So we got Jake and Jose. Jake, the green car. Jose with the silver and the red. That is your 1 and 2. Working their way around, coming up around Godzilla. Jake, Jose, Julio, Luke, and Terry. That's your running order. All right, Jose to the point now. Jose right there, that's silver with the red. In that 1 spot, Jake in the 2. I'm not sure what happened to Jake.
2 minutes left.
Oh, he rolled. All right, so we got Jose, Hot Lap 8-3, Jake 8-2, Julio 8-8. Oh, whoa, whoa. All right, Jake right there pushing his way through back traffic. We got Jose, Jake, Julio, Luke, and Terry. That's your running order. All right, Jose, Julio, Luke.
1 minute left.
All right, so we got Jose, 33,502. 33,503 right there.
45 seconds
Oh,
left.
caution on the backside. Backside's clear. Your race leader right there, Silver with the red. Jake back to the point. Shit, I missed that one again. I missed that too. Oh, Jose got turned around.
30
So we
seconds
got
left.
Jake right there on point now. Green with the black, Jose, silver with the red. As your 1 and 2 right there up around Godzilla coming out on the back straight. Caution, caution. Oh, getting their way through.
15
All
seconds
right.
left.
Oh, Jake gets tangled up with, I think that was Luke. All right, 1 and 2 right there, Jake and... Uh-oh, Jake rolls it. As time has expired, drivers, Jose takes
Gomez
the
done.
win.
Triple Crown Pit
Jake in
Master
the
done.
2.
Luke Mendoza done.
And
Terry Callan
Julio. Finish,
All
Julio,
drivers are
finish.
finished. The race is completed.
And Julio in the 3. That's your race drivers, Jose, Jake, and Julio.
Up next, race number 3. Box Stock Mojave. A main. Race order is Eric McBurnett, Jimmy Two-Toe Smith, James McBurnett. Two minutes to the start of the race.
All right, drivers, Eric, Jimmy, and James, Box Stock Mojaves, you guys are up.
One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race. James McBurnett, Eric McBurnett.
All right, all right.
Jimmy 2 Toe Smith.
Hey, Colin, could you bring me my super glue, my CA? My tire glue, sorry. It's the second one. All right, we got Eric, Jimmy, and James all checked in. No. All right, you guys ready? All right, drivers, tracks closed, drivers, tracks
Track is
closed.
closed. Straightaway is closed. No more laps, please.
All right, drivers, let's get them lined up. On pole is going to be Eric. In that number 2 spot, it's going to be Jimmy. And in that number 3 spot is going to be James. All right, drivers. Drivers ready. Marshall's ready.
The race is starting in less than 5.
All right. Nice clean start right there. Eric, I think Eric, this is his first on the tone start here at RCHQ. Thank you. All right, drivers. Eric out front, Jimmy in the 2, James in the 3 spot. Jimmy, Eric, and James. That's your running order. Your race leader right there, Jimmy, coming up under the bridge. James in that, Eric in that 2 spot.
Left.
James right there coming off that backside under the bridge in your number 3. All right, so we got Jimmy. Oh, we got Eric in the penalty box right there. So we got Jimmy, Eric, and James. That's your running order with 3:45 left, drivers. 1:15 down, 3:40 to go. Your race leader right there is going to be that black with the pink, working his way around, keeping it smooth and clean. It's going to be Jimmy Smith holding it down in that number 1 spot. Eric in that number 2, James to the 2 now. All right, so we got James and Eric racing it up right there. Oh, we got one of those cars off the track right there.
Three minutes left.
All right, Jimmy, Eric, and James, your race leader right there. Down that front straightaway, coming up around Godzilla in that number 1 spot. With 2:30 down, drivers, 2:30 to go. Jimmy out front, James in the 2, Eric in the 3. All right, Jimmy, James, and Eric with 3 down, 2 to go, drivers.
2
3
minutes
down, 2
left.
to go. Your race leader, Jimmy out front, James in that 2 spot, Eric in the 3. Oh. He like threw it right into the rail. All right, Jimmy, Eric, and James, that's your running order. Hey, Chris. All right, Jimmy, Eric, and James, that's your running order. Jimmy right there working his way around that back
1 minute left.
side. All right, Jimmy, Eric, and James.
45
With
seconds
45 seconds left, Jarvis, your race leader.
left. 30 seconds left.
All right, Jarvis, you heard the lady. 30 seconds left. Jimmy, James, and Eric, that's your running order.
Fifteen seconds left.
All right, drivers, as
Jimmy
time
two
is
toes
about
and
to
done.
expire,
James
Jimmy
McBurney
takes
done.
the win. James is done. Eric makes it by for one more lap. Keep going, Eric. All right, Eric right there coming across the line.
All
Eric
drivers are
is
finished.
done. Jimmy
Eric
takes the
McBurney
win.
done.
Eric in the
James
2,
McBurney.
James in the 3.
Up next, race number 4. Lizzie NASCAR.
Hey, make it shorter.
Race order is Colin Twinkle Toes
Make the cut
Gonzalez,
time shorter.
Racer X, Jimmy Two Toe Smith, Chris Shaw, Julio Abro, Eric McBurnett, Luke Mendoza. Two minutes to the start of the race.
Yeah, TJ.
Chris Shaw,
All right, I need my marshals, please. This is our final race of the night. Everyone is in it.
Luke Mendoza. 1 minute to the start of the race. Racer X. "45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, waiting on Colin, Jimmy, Julio, and Eric.
15
go.
seconds
Did
to the
it.
start of the race. Julio Abro. Colin Twinkle Toes Gonzalez.
All right, waiting on Jimmy. I'm pretty excited about this. I gotta extend it. Yep. All right, I need my marshals from the last race. James, Jimmy's in this one. So if I can get as many marshals as I possibly can get. Jake,
Jimmy Two Smith.
please. All right, I need Eric to check.
Eric McBurnett.
All right, Jarvis, this is our final race of the night. All right, Jarvis on pole. It's going to be Colin Gonzalez. In that number 2 spot, it's going to be Tony Hall. And the number 3 spot, it's going to be Jimmy Smith. In that number 4 spot, Chris Shaw. And the number 5 spot, it's going to be Julio. In the number 6 spot, it's going to be Eric. And in the number 7 spot, Luke Mendoza. All right, drivers. Drivers ready. Marshall's ready.
The race is starting in less than 5.
All right, nice clean start right there. Colin cuts it a little tight right there. Tony looking for a way by. Oh, Colin trying to duck up the inside. All right, so we got that white car and the yellow car. The other high vis in the 3. All right, so we got Colin, Tony, and Chris. Jimmy right there. Oh, sorry, that's Julio. All right, so Colin, Tony, Chris, Julio, Luke, Jimmy, and Eric. That's your running order. All right, drivers, your race leader. Colin out front, Tony in the 2, Chris in the 3, Julio in the 4, Luke in the 5. All right, Tony right there coming up on the bridge. Colin up around Godzilla. All right, that's your 1 and 2. If you see that Eat More Chicken entry, that's your race leader. Please step aside.
4 minutes left.
All right, Colin out front. High vis with the RCHQs in the 2 spot. Thank you very much, Eric. All right, so we got Colin, Tony, Chris, Julio, Luke, Jimmy, and Eric. That's your running order. Oh, we got Tony upside down. Caution at the top. Oh, caution in the middle. Caution, caution. All right, thank you very much, Marshall. All right, Colin, Chris. Tony dropping to the 3 spot. Julio in the 4. Oh, Tony getting tangled up with Colin. Oh, Tony getting tangled up with Luke. All right. So we got Colin, Chris, Julio, Luke, Tony, Eric, and Jimmy. Oh, Luke getting up the inside of Tony once again.
Three minutes left.
Oh, we got a car upside down. Marshall in the front. Oh, Marshall in the middle. Caution, caution. Come on, Marshall. I need you to get on your feet. All right, Collins, Chris, Julio, Tony, Luke, Eric, and Jimmy. That's your running order. All right, Jarvis with 2:30 down. 2:30 to go. Colin holding it down. Chris in that 2 spot. Julio in the 3. Tony in the 4. Luke in the 5, Jimmy in the 6, Eric in the 7. All right, Colin, your race leader right there up under the bridge.
2 minutes left.
Down around Godzilla. Chris in the 2, Julio in the 3, Tony in the 4, Luke in the 5, Jimmy in the 6, and Eric in the 7. All right, drivers, your race leader right there, Colin, working his way around up on the backside of Tony right there through Godzilla. Chris in that number 2 spot. Chris keeping it smooth and clean, driving that, I think that's the Menards car. Up around
1 minute
Godzilla. Julio up to that 3 spot right there. Julio driving that red and the yellow. Take it easy, Jake. Thanks for coming out. All right, so we got Colin, Chris, Julio,
45 seconds left.
Tony, Luke, Eric, and Jimmy.
Thirty seconds left.
All right, drivers. With less than 30 on the clock, 25 seconds left. Your race leader. No close battles right there, only between Jimmy and Eric.
15 seconds left.
All right, drivers, with 10 seconds left. Oh, we got a car upside down at Godzilla. Caution, drivers, caution. Caution at Godzilla. All right, drivers, time has
Jimmy,
expired. Your
done.
race will be done as you come across the
Julio
line.
Alvarez
Jimmy's
done.
done. Julio's
Luke
done.
Mendoza's
Luke's
done.
done.
Eric McBurney
Your
done.
race leader
Chris
right
Shaw
there
done.
across the line.
All
Oh,
drivers are
Chris
finished.
takes over the
Colin Twinkle
lead
Gonzalez done.
on that last
Race
lap.
done. The race is completed.
All drivers done. Chris taking that one. 35:08. What happened, Colin? All right, guys, thanks for coming out to our Wednesday night race program. On-road racing, had a lot of fun. All right, drivers. Thank you guys once again for coming out. Don't forget, pay your bills and clean up your pits. We'll see you guys on the next one. We're racing them all on Saturday.